The 2023-24 season is decisive for the Los Angeles Lakers. After all, it could be the last chance for a title for LeBron James on the team. After the recovery during the 2022-23 campaign, which took the team from 13th place to the Western Conference Finals, Los Angeles bet on maintaining the main base of the squad. And he brought occasional reinforcements so that the franchise could fight to be champion. Names like Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, and Christian Wood, among others, reinforce a base that seeks even higher flights in the new season. The team also invested in renewals with several important athletes: Anthony Davis, Austin Reaves, D'Angelo Russell, and Rui Hachimura. The ultimate goal is to become NBA champion again, in a year that, in fact, could be LeBron James' last in the franchise. The veteran reaches his 21st season under his belt, being one of only 7 players in history to reach this milestone. Despite not showing any major signs of decline and still being one of the best players in the world, his son could make him change teams in 2024-25. He aims to play alongside Bronny James in the final year of his career. The young winger is expected to enter the league in the 2024 draft. Therefore, James may have a new destination to fulfill his wish. With an even better team than last year, it is obvious that the pressure is on the Lakers and LeBron James for another title, which would make the franchise the biggest in the NBA in this regard, and the player reach his 5th championship. After all, are they close to that final destination? Now we will talk about the pieces that arrived and the players that left the Los Angeles Lakers. Arrived: Gabe Vincent, Heat; Taurean Prince, Timberwolves; Christian Wood, Mavericks; Jackson Hayes, Pelicans; Cam Reddish, Blazers; Jalen Hood-Schifino, draft; Maxwell Lewis, draft; Colin Castleton, no drafted; D'Moy Hodge, undrafted; Alex Fudge, undrafted. Out: Dennis Schroeder, Raptors; Lonnie Walker, 4, Nets; Malik Beasley, Bucks; Mo Bamba, 76ers; Troy Brown Jr., Timberwolves; Tristan Thompson, Cavaliers; Wenyen Gabriel, Celtics; Cole Swider, Heat; Scottie Pippen Jr. No team; Shaquille Harrison, no team. Darvin Ham awakens mixed emotions in Lakers fans. The franchise fired Frank Vogel a year earlier in a strange way, as he was much more a victim of poor management decisions than a bad coach. Like any rookie coach, he was hit and miss in his first year. Watching the preseason, we already have a clear focus for evolution. The Los Angeles Lakers have a much wider spacing than at any time for the team since LeBron James arrived. In friendlies, the style and evolution of the game count much more than the result. The Lakers did well, especially in attack, which has never been a strong point of the team with LeBron since 2018. There is human material to work with, pieces that fit together, and, having that, Ham was a very good technician in general. Its evolution seems to me to be already happening in the second year. There are some natural stubbornnesses of a coach, but the Los Angeles team is fine in that department. D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reaves, and LeBron James are still in the house. And it's fair to say that the franchise's most hyped reinforcement and worst loss are also here. Gabe Vincent is the type of point guard who can do very well on LeBron's teams. The star has a high ball polarization in attack, being almost the true point guard of a team that also has a high ball volume for Russell and Reaves. The former Miami Heat, however, feels very comfortable in the role without the ball, whether attacking or defending a good scoring opponent. Remembering that we talked about spacing in 2023-24 to praise Darvin Ham, Los Angeles was terrible in this aspect in 2022-23, and Vincent can help precisely in this regard. On more than 6 attempts per night in the playoffs, he shot 37.8% from 3. He won't be a starter at first, but he could be a good weapon to close out important games and could play in whatever rotation composition Ham tries here comfortably. However, Vincent will need to surrender. Dennis Schroeder played the same role last year and was a very important player in Los Angeles' journey, which lost him to the Toronto Raptors. Additionally, expect more minutes from young pitcher Max Christie this year. A natural spacer, he has benefited from the more fluid attack system. Los Angeles also lost Lonnie Walker, who, despite his protagonism against the Warriors, was inconsistent throughout the year. Malik Beasley was a huge disappointment for the team. He doesn't expect a big impact from Cam Reddish, even though the winger is still very young. Here lived the great doubt of Los Angeles. After all, at some point during the NBA vacation, there was speculation that the team would try to return to a two-center scheme, which gave LeBron James Lakers the title in 2019-20. And in fact, it seems to be a trend, but not for the initial quintet. Anthony Davis will remain as the starting center with a big fight for the last spot. Three names stand out for the role: Rui Hachimura and Jared Vanderbilt, who had already competed for the space in 2022-23, and reinforcement Taurean Prince, who seems to have won the place on the team. The winger is great at shooting threes, 38.1% last season, and is also a solid defender. The greater variety in relation to the other two pieces was decisive. Vanderbilt is the best defender in the group, but has enormous difficulties on the offensive side. On the other hand, Hachimura was brilliant in the postseason, but only shot 29.6% from the perimeter in the regular season. Despite the defensive difficulties at the beginning of his career, he improved in this regard in 2022-23. However, Prince's greater constancy seems to be decisive at first. Reserve pivots have a variety of characteristics. Christian Wood is a player who, with volume, can score 20 points every night. However, he is very low on defense. Jackson Hayes is a physical powerhouse who delivered nothing more than that. To have relevant minutes, especially on the big nights of the campaign, they need to overcome their own difficulties. The desire to play with two pivots is there. Let's see if any of them step up to take this beyond concept. The historic franchise's two keywords for the season are continuity and variation. The same leaders were maintained, instead of the megalomaniacal projects of recent years, which did not allow a solid foundation to be built around LeBron James and Anthony Davis at the Lakers, preventing the greatest chances of a new title. The variation in rotations and ways of playing is even more visible in one of the deepest squads in the entire NBA. James will turn 39 in December. He can no longer afford to play 36 minutes during the 82-game-long regular campaign. More spacing, more game ideas, less dependence. The recipe for him to arrive on the tip of his hooves when the moment of truth arrives in the playoffs. That wasn't what happened last year, unfortunately. Anthony Davis and his health, then, become even more fundamental to success. A new title for the Lakers and LeBron James depends on the greatest defensive dominance in the NBA, which is provided by the center when he is not in the medical department. The idea of having two pivots at specific times is precisely to give him more freedom to act on the court and take him away from the tough physical confrontations of imposition in the league's big box. In other words, if the Lakers had a plan, it was well designed and carried out. The team is better, is more fit, has tactical variations, and is perfecting its style of play. The countless variables in the NBA will determine whether the franchise's good work, after years of questionable decisions, will finally result in a championship. A well-rounded team and a duo that is still top 10 in the league are certainly in contention. All NBA information is on the Free Throw TV channel. Analysis, statistics, and tips. Subscribe, but like and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our content. And do you want to know everything that happens in the best basketball league in the world? So, turn on notifications in the right corner of your screen and don't miss anything. So, follow Free Throw TV on your social networks and discuss with us the best things happening in the NBA. Now, at the end, YouTube will be recommending some videos from our channel, so go ahead and watch them all. Until the next video, peace to all.